All right, hello and welcome. Today we're going on a bit of a creative quest. We're not just doing some arts and crafts here. We're actually going to forge a legend from, well, some pretty simple stuff. So let's get right into it and build our very own mythical beast. So, the real question is, are you ready to build a legend? Because this is way more than just cutting and gluing some cardboard together. Nope, this is a full-on adventure. And by the time we're done here, you will have brought your very own dragon to life. Okay, so every great quest starts with a little bit of prep, right? You can't just run out and forge your dragon. First, you gotta gather your tools. Let's take a look at what every good dragonsmith needs in their toolkit.
All right, here it is, your official Dragonsmith's kit. So first up, you're gonna need cardboard boxes, and honestly, the more sizes, the better. You'll also need some strong glue, maybe a hot glue gun if you've got one, and of course, something to cut with, like a box cutter or a craft knife. Now, just a quick heads up here, if you're using a sharp knife, please make sure an adult is helping you out. Safety first, always.
Okay, supplies gathered? Awesome. Now the real forging can begin. We're going to start with the most important part, the absolute core of the beast, its body. See, a mighty dragon needs a really strong but still kind of flexible core, and we're going to build it one piece at a time. So how do we actually do that? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to start by cutting a bunch of large rectangles out of the cardboard. Then you fold each one into a strong three-sided shape, basically a triangular prism. You'd be surprised how sturdy these things are. They're going to act like the vertebrae in our dragon's spine.
And hey, here's a little pro tip for you straight from the master smiths. Before you actually make the fold, take a ruler and the back of your knife blade and just gently run it along the line you want to fold. It's a technique called scoring. All it does is break that top layer of cardboard, but man, it makes for a perfectly clean, super sharp fold. It looks way more professional.
Okay, so once you have a good handful of these prisms, you're gonna start arranging them in a nice, gentle curve. Then just glue them together end to end. And then comes the hard part. You gotta wait. Seriously, this part is so important. You have to let that glue dry completely. That's what's gonna give your dragon a really strong spine that can actually hold its shape.
All right, so our creature has a body, but let's be honest, it doesn't quite look like a dragon yet. Now is time for what I think is the best part, giving it all those awesome, fearsome features that just scream dragon. Let's get into the details. First up, the head. A simple boxy shape is a perfect starting point. And from there, you can just start adding pieces. Maybe a longer piece for a snout, some sharp little triangles for horns. You could even add a separate piece for a big, powerful jaw. This is really where you can start getting creative. And you know what? This is kind of a magical moment. Because as soon as you stick that head on, it stops being just a bunch of cardboard shapes. All of a sudden, it has a personality, a focus. It almost feels like it's looking back at you, right? This is where your dragon really starts to come alive. Okay, what's a dragon without wings? Come on. So, draw a huge dramatic wing shape on a piece of cardboard, cut that one out, and then just use that as a template to make a perfect second one. You can even add a few folds here and there to give them that cool 3D kind of leathery look. Then just glue them on nice and secure to the upper body. And to finish up the main build, we're actually going to use the exact same technique we used for the body, just smaller. You're going to make more of those triangular prisms, but make each one just a little bit smaller than the one before it. Glue them all together in a line from biggest to smallest, and you'll get this awesome, tapered, whip-like tail.
And there you have it. The forging is done. The beast has its shape. But hold on, our quest isn't quite over yet. Now comes the grand finale, the last step to really truly breathe life into this amazing creature you've made.
So what is it? What's that final magical step? The building's done, the glue is all dry, so what's missing? It's the one thing that's going to make this dragon 100% yours.
It's all about your personal flair. This is where you just let your imagination go completely wild. You can paint it a fearsome color, you could draw on tons of scales with markers, maybe cut out some jagged cardboard plates to stick on its back, give it some really menacing eyes. Seriously, there are no rules here. Just go for it.
And just look at that. You did it. You took some everyday cardboard boxes and turned them into something mythical. You didn't just follow a bunch of steps, you actually forged a creature. So congratulations, you are now officially a master dragonsmith.
So I'm going to leave you with one last question. Your dragon is built, but its story? That's just getting started. Is it going to guard a massive treasure hoard in the corner of your room?
Or maybe fly on some epic quests out in the backyard? What kind of adventures is your dragon gonna have?